back to my YouTube channel. For those people who are returning, thank you so much for the support. And for those people who are new, thank you and welcome. The channel is centered around what I like doing. I like helping people achieve their well mental health. A whole person matters to me. That means spiritually, physically, mentally, and socially. A whole person matters a lot. In today's video, I am going to talk about mental health issues in men, or men and their mental health. This is the Mind Talk Show. My name is Lynn. Welcome, sit back comfortably and listen. In our normal society, men are expected to be breadwinners. They are also expected to be very strong. Men are not supposed to shed tears anyhow, anywhere. They are supposed to be strong. Men are supposed to be dominant and, of course, in control. That is according to the society. This makes it very hard for men to reach out to help and, of course, open up what they are going through. Remember, mental illnesses, if you don't talk about them, you have lost it. You have lost it. Now, a research shows that, or suggests that, men who can't speak openly about their emotions may be less able to recognize their symptoms. Remember, men don't want or don't know how to speak about their mental health. A man is suffering from depression. He doesn't know how to talk about it. And this one makes it very harder. They don't even recognize the symptoms. You find a man long ago, he sunk into depression and he's using alcohol, is behaving funnily, he is very arrogant, and he doesn't know whether these are symptoms of depression. Okay? So, men may also be likely to use potentially harmful coping methods. Harmful coping methods. Underline that. Like, for example, they do drugs. And you know why they do this? They are trying to counter what they are going through. A man is going through anxiety. A man is going through anger. A man is going through depression. And you know what? They will sink into drugs. They will start abusing drugs. And most of them, these are, they use illegalized drugs, which is very, very harmful to their health because they don't know how to talk about. In the first place, they don't even know the symptoms. They have not noticed. They have a problem and they don't know. Now, according to the World Health Organization, that is WHO, men die by suicide as twice the rate of women. So you can imagine 2 times of that number of women, they die out of suicide. And you know what? They die of suicide. They die of suicide because they don't talk about it. They like, for example, a man has sunk into depression and he has not talked about it. The first thing he will think about is suicide. I am the breadwinner. I am the man in this home. So why should I have depression? Me, I'm finishing myself. You see, such kind of attitude. And you see, in those high income countries, like for example, America, they have high suicide rates among males. Like for example, it's nearly 80%. 80%, not 80% of all death is associated with suicide. You can see the number of men who are committing suicide are the number is very huge, because they don't know how to talk about it, or rather they don't even know the symptoms, as I've said. Men issues often stem from societal expectations and, of course, traditional gender roles. Men are expected to be breadwinners. Men are expected to be in control. Men are expected to be big people. They don't have to cry. They don't have to talk about it. And you see this one, the expectation of the society has made these people don't talk about what they are going through. And in long run, because of that burden of being breadwinner, they are having a lot of mental issues, which they don't even recognize. Okay? Now, I want us to look at common mental health conditions in men. Number one is depression. It is characterized by a persistent low mood. They don't have mood. And this interferes with everyday functioning, by the way. This is worldwide. It interferes with their daily activities. You find a man, maybe was going to work, but he diverts. He goes to drink alcohol because they are depressed. This is depression, what depression can do to a man. Depression is almost twice as common in women as men. You can see what I'm trying to say. Men are far less likely to seek help. As much as it is twice that of women, they are likely not to seek for help. They have the problem, but help they don't want to seek. Okay? Because of that gender role that the society has given them, the mandate the society has given them. Now, another mental illness that is likely to affect men is anxiety disorder. It is characterized by intense and uncontrollable feelings of fear and worry. They feel fear. They fear. Out of nowhere, they fear. And this also causes panic attacks to men. And you know what? They don't even recognize those signs. This is what is different. For women, they talk about it. But for men, it's quite different. They don't talk about it. And most of the time, they don't even recognize the symptoms they are having. Whether they have depression, whether they have anxiety or anger or something like that. Another thing that can affect men is they go through post-traumatic stress disorder. And it may shock you to know that according to the research, 60% of men experience PTSD. You can imagine, out of the population. Now that means 40% is for women. And out of this huge number, they don't talk about it. They don't. But they go through this, but they don't talk about it. You see what I'm trying to say? Another thing is men go through substance abuse. A lot of men sink into substance abuse. Okay? Because they are depressed, because they have anxiety, because they are irritated. So they sink into depression. And they go. They do it. They do it everywhere. This is worldwide. This is something that affects men worldwide, or affect men and their mental health. Of course, it compromises their mental health. And according to the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, 68,000 men die annually from alcohol. Alcohol alone. You can imagine this huge number of men dying out of this substance abuse. This is a shock. This is a shock. Now you can see. But for women, out of the 68,000, women are only 27 who do alcohol or die out of alcohol. So you can see the number of men who do alcohol is quite huge. And you know the reason is, I've told you, when men have reached somewhere that they cannot think anymore, they do substance abuse. They do alcohol. They have depression, they run into alcohol. They have when they feel that they have those symptoms, they go into alcohol. Okay? Now, some symptoms are common in men than in women. Like, for example, a man will be symptoms like irritation. Okay? Irritability. Men will have it, a lot of it. Men will be very irritated. You find a man very, very agitated and irritated. Sudden anger is also another symptom that they will have. They will also have a lot of aggression. They will be very aggressive. If it's the place of work, they are very aggressive, very, very aggressive. And they are also risk-taking. You find a man sleeping at the workplace. These men, not alcoholic, they are workaholic. They sleep at work and they tell you, no, the work was too much. But little do you know that this man is sinking into depression without your knowledge. You think it's just normal. Some behaviors, some behaviors are weird that can show you that this man is not perfectly well. Okay? So we need to look out on these symptoms, because men, they don't talk about it. They even don't know. But once you understand that men, they usually develop these mental illnesses without their, like, they don't even know the symptoms, or they are not very keen to read the symptoms, you will be at a position whereby you can help these men come out of depression, out of anxiety and anger and other mental illnesses that are with us. Now, please, let us try to help men. Let us try to study them. We live with these people. We live with them. So if you see some weird character, like a man going to club and sleeping there, try to find out what is happening. Like right now, the world is just, I don't know, upside down or what. Because there's no money, there's nothing. So people are sinking into these mental illnesses. So we need to reach out to our men. Once you see something that is not right, or he is doing a lot of alcohol, make sure to help them. Ask them, talk to the therapist on their behalf. Let us take care of ourselves. These mental illnesses are very real, and they are killing a lot of people. People are committing suicide. Like right now, there is a story that is on about a person who saw their loved one kill themselves out of suicide. It is happening. It is happening. People are mentally ill. So let us look out for this. Let us help each other. When you see something like that, try to report. Try to know. Try to find out. Just report. There are people who can help. Okay? Thank you so much for listening. Look out for my next video. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, if the message was good to you, you can give a thumbs up. You can also, on the comment section, you can also write your comment, drop your comment. I'll be able to read. And if you need any other topic tackled, you can also let me know. For now, bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening.